Okay, so that part is all done. Got all the blue stained glass in. And I went ahead and did sort of the modified design, as I was saying. So the water will kind of be placed on the middle block here where the sea lantern is. And then it'll flow down like this into the different crevices. And it will basically put water next to each and every single piece of glass that the spawning spots for the Guardians are. So that's all done now. Moose and I are going to work on putting the glass framework around the outside of this build. And then we're going to do the redstone and finally the wiring, the water, so that it'll all dispense at once on the flick of a lever. So I guess we'll do that right away. And once that's done, we're going to head down to the bottom and then do the redstone. So here we go. Okay, guys, so we got about half of the glass placed in here, and I finished all of the water blocks and sources, all that kind of stuff, the pistons, everything is complete up top. The only thing we're missing now is filling the rest of this in with glass and the collection and storing system, which I will be working on in a little bit here. But I wanted to just do one single test to kind of see how many Guardians we'll be getting. Yeah, so I did flick the lever once. I'm going to be honest here. I did flick it once, and it did give a fair amount of Guardians spawning, and that was just in here. Now, I hope they all despawned. I was quite a distance away. I don't see anything in there, so we'll flick the lever here, and you'll see just about how much lag we get. So I'm going to hold up the frame right here. Got 120 frames a second right now. Click this on. There we go, 16 frames a second as all of this water sort of unleashes. And we'll wait a couple seconds here just to wait for the Guardians to spawn. Now, I should be, I'll run over there just quickly. I have to be a little bit of a distance away in order for them to spawn. There we go, we're good. And let's come back to it. We'll turn off the lever and just kind of count the amount of entities inside. So it says 90 at the moment. Now, there's a very good chance there's bats in there or even squids, which will definitely affect the total count. But I am counting 90. That's pretty good. And actually, you know what? Let's remove the dirt in there and do the test again and see how many we get, how many drops we get, because that is quite important. So let me just run away, kind of despawn these guys, and I'll be back clearing out the dirt, and then we'll do another test to see how many we've got. Okay, we're getting to the final couple blocks here before we're gonna turn it back on. Oh, holy smokes, that's a lot of blocks. You know what's the coolest thing about looking at all these blocks sitting here? Is you can find where they're starting to disappear. Yeah, over here, look. They're just disappearing in front of your eyes. And I don't need all this grass. I mean, I've got tons of it at home from a secret project that Moose and I were working on. Completely secret. So, not going to tell you guys yet, but that's where I got all this grass from. The design that I used online, and I watched a tutorial online, said 100,000 items an hour. And that's assuming that there is no water or any other mobs spawning in the area. So we're obviously not going to get not 100,000 drops an hour, but we will definitely get somewhere close to probably 50,000 drops an hour, which is still pretty good rates considering since I'm not like clearing out another ocean around me, or actually the caves around us also need to be lit up, so that's another thing we've got to do. Okay, final blocks here, just taking them out. I'll have to go back over and grab some glass to patch this hole up here. Let me go do that right now. There we go. Holy moly, that's lagging. My biggest concern is that there's a piece missing. Oh, there we are. There's pieces missing. Crappers. Well, it is raining somewhat. The Guardians are raining somewhat. They're dying. That's good. These rails getting washed away. That is not good. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess when we placed them, we didn't exactly place all of them correctly because there is a couple missing. That was my biggest concern, actually, when doing this. Well, I got a confession to make. I screwed up. Now, I didn't okay, not like fully screwed up. I mean, I did a little bit of a oops. You know when you kind of do something and then you realize you shouldn't have done it that way? Well, that's exactly what I had done to this farm. I got all the redstone in. I got all the minecarts. I got all the water systems in here so that they'll dispense water into the different chambers, and then the water will flow down. And then I soon realized guardians enjoy spawning at level 63 and below. Just so happens that the water pours onto these blocks, which is below level 63. So they'll spawn in this room, and they will not fall because of the little chambers that they'll just fall into there, and they'll have a very, very tough time. They will fall, mind you, they will fall, but they'll technically spawn up here, and then they'll just swim around. So it's lowering the spawn rates of this place incredibly. Now, I'm going to fix that. I'm going to completely remove the on and off switch of this build, and instead we're going to have just water flowing and then some blocks over top of it. I know I've done a lot of work to this, and it's sad to see it go like this, but it's just going to improve the efficiency so much more than what it already was, and it's going to make my life so much easier when I can kind of reobtain all these blocks. But I did want to show you guys exactly what I worked on, the redstone, and we got a collection system going here, a glass item elevator along with a water stream into a hopper chest array sort of thing. Lots and lots of stuff is here. This is about the accumulation of, I don't know, well, I wasn't really on much today. Moose was kind of playing today, so I didn't get to see how long he AFK'd here, but he did for a little while and got a bunch of stuff. Now, this is, like, the fish I'm getting rid of. We don't need fish, so goodbye fish. But I wanted to show you guys down here the sort of item transport system and then the minecart hopper minecarts, sorry. So this here is the redstone system. Basically the way it works is these hopper minecarts drive back and forth, collecting the item drops from the guardians who fall from up top there. And when they get to this area, you'll see that the block is a little bit gray. Now that's because there are hoppers underneath. Now the hoppers suck out the items, bring them down into here, into a dropper that's behind this block here. And the dropper, holy crap, there's a creeper right there. Oh my god. Whoa. Okay, creeper's dead. There we go. So, yeah, and as I was saying, the droppers will drop the items into the ice stream that I've set up right here, and they'll keep doing so until items have all been pushed into the item stream, and then from there, they'll flow down into here, get into this hopper, into this dropper, and then they'll be shot up this giant tube of glass, which is pretty cool. Now, that's the collection system. It's also got a on and off switch, which we'll press right here. And you'll see that the minecart rails, the power rails, turn off because the slime blocks actually power these repeaters, which allow these to get powered. And then the minecart will bounce off of this and go to the other side. And if we unpower it, sorry, the minecarts will stay stationed here. And they will not want to go to the other side, which is exactly what we want. Now, for whatever reason, these minecarts here don't seem to be moving. That is not good. It's probably because they were moving in unloaded terrain. And why didn't I get a piece of glass back? Oh, it probably went into the minecart. That's lovely. Okay, so you, my friend, minecart. There you go. And we're going to have to repair that with some glass. But, yeah, if we leave the terrain generated at the same time as we have, oh, well, there go our pieces of glass. And there they go. Anyway, as I was saying, if we leave the terrain ungenerated, and we leave here and the minecarts are still running, then they'll pretty much just stall in the middle of the transport. So, yeah, we're going to basically just remove the top layer of this crap. Yeah, that's pretty much part 2 for you guys. Tearing this out and building the collection system. And there we have it. The automatic on and off switch, not really automatic, I should say, has been removed. And now we got to do the tough part of adding water to the whole thing. So the plan is, at least for my sanity, I'm going to be hopping down into this block here. Then I'll be building sort of an infinite water. Oh, right here. Infinite. What? How would it let me? Oh my god, are you serious? Oh my goodness. I won't be able to do it this way. Well then. That will be fun. Looks like I'm going to go collect about an inventory of regular ice so that I can I could just use ice instead, because I am not going to be doing it with water buckets. Wow, that's going to take me a lot longer than I was expecting. Okay, guys, I have been working on this project for the past 3 or 4 days. I don't quite remember. And I've gotten a lot done. A lot more than I did worth of progress updates. Mainly because the series was getting really slow and I wanted to just kind of speed things up here. So over the past couple of days, that's why there has not been an episode. And also why we're now on the pretty much final part of this episode, part 2. And I wanted to show you guys this. There will be no more progress updates from this point on, except for in part 3 when we'll show the finished product and then we'll build the shop. So here we are. A lot has changed. We got all the water in. I'll just start with the water first. So we got all the water in. We got a flat layer of water. We did this using ice and placing a piece of prismarine right there. And then we'd place a piece of ice on top, break the ice, and then it would basically create water. Then we also decided we're going to put a piece... Well, actually, Guardian Spawn have a 90% chance, better than 90% chance if there is no sunlight, they'll spawn in there. And that's basically because you don't want them spawning in... You want them spawning inside the Guardian Temple rather than on the outside. So that's why we had this on top. This basically just allows them to spawn more. Over here, I've started working on clearing out an area around this Guardian farm, which we will be doing, or designing a nice little platform to walk around. That will not be included in an episode, rather than in part 3, which will come out probably sometime in the next couple weeks, where everything is complete, and you'll be able to see basically how this place looks. At least that's the plan. If it changes, then of course you'll see it on screen right now that I've changed my idea. But using my last firework rocket over here, we have a lot of water to clean out, so I got to get working on this over the weekend. Right there, that's Anonymous Moose's beacon. Let's head on over there. This is sort of the central AFK point. It's the exact center of the Guardian Temple, and it just so happens that the Guardian Temple is 58 blocks wide by 59 blocks. Thankfully, they managed to do it on an even block, which is not really ideal. So coming over here, you'll be able to spawn Guardians the most, and because I just logged on, I'm the only one here, we're going to get insane rates. Now, over there, that is our collection system. It looks like Moose has done a little bit of an upgrade to it, so let's go check on that, as I haven't really shown you guys too much about it. So yeah, let me go over this side here. This is the collection system. From the last part, I upgraded it to 3, not 1, 3 dropper elevators, or item elevators, sorry, with blue glass in the middle, indicating sort of like their entrance, how they get up top here. It uses a lot of hoppers, and any items that are like overflow will just get burned in lava. Primarily because I couldn't be bothered to honestly hold that many items. And you can see these hoppers are not even capable of holding this many items as well, which is crazy. So anyway, coming over here, looks like Moose has done some upgrades to this place. This is insane. And I've begun collecting items right here, Dark Prismarine, for the build. that we will be doing in the shopping district, or the market district, where we will be creating essentially a shop for this place. So that's pretty much the rundown of what's happened over the past couple days. And like I said, there will be no more progress updates, and you'll have to wait a couple, maybe even a couple of weeks for the next episode. So I may or may not do an episode in between. And you know what? Let's head on down there just to show you guys what this place looks like. So well, you can tell, I've put, there's a lot of items. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little crazy. For whatever reason, these minecarts aren't moving. Basically, just wanted to show you guys for the final part what this place looks like, and we'll begin making it look good in the future. And yeah, so pretty much the next progress update, or sorry, next part will be of the way this place looks. So thank you guys so much for watching today's episode. The Guardian Farm has been a great success so far, and I really hope you guys are enjoying this series as much as I am making it. So thank you guys so much once more, and I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.